Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I just made a discovery. I had someone make a comment, and we were talking on ARs and AK-47s, and he brought up something that I never thought of. And when he did, the lights just came on. And what it is, the AR is a weapon for a specific task. And that really is very good. When he said that, I could see it just right off the bat. That's exactly what it's for. You have to figure out exactly what you're going to use it for, and that is where you put your add-ons, your really cool stuff to make it cool, to do that specific task. And that explains why, and I mentioned before, the AR is really best as a group, working with a group. If you've noticed, you don't see an AR out by himself doing things. And that's in the way of military projects. If they have certain okay, well, I'll put it this way. I talk to lots of combat veterans, and we compare notes. We see what's different, what's changed, and how and why, the different kinds of weapons, and we talk about all kinds of really cool stuff. And one of the big differences between them, the Afghanistan type combat veterans and myself, one of the biggest differences is they do a lot of like SWAT team stuff. They go into houses, they go into places like that, and that's why you notice the what is it, M12 or something like that, M2, whatever it is. It's a shorter version of the AR, and the reason is because they're inside. For sure, that AR, the 223 AR is not a battle rifle. We've talked about that. It's when I look at it and think about it, this group, when they are going house to house and do whatever kind of stuff they do, that's why some of them will have different things on their ARs, because that particular AR is set up for a specific task. And because you can put all these really cool things on them. I mean, like let's see, the grenade launcher. They got those on there. They got a shotgun. You can mount a shotgun on them, and that's the more obvious big changes. And then so they're used for when you're in this team environment. All their guns aren't the same. Their ARs are not set up the same. There's certain differences depending on because they got certain procedures on how they move, how they go into a building, or how they're going down the street. There's certain ways they're doing things. And their ARs are set up for the particular role that they play in that team. And but like I say, man, when it finally clicked to me exactly what it is, then I understood how the AR is a good weapon. But like I say, for our particular area, I say we're out in the woods, hilly woods, and you know, just the 223 round isn't the particular round that you would want to use in something like this. And then like I say, the you know, as a 3-man militia stuff, it probably wouldn't work all that well because it still needs maintaining and taking care of. But like I say, as a team weapon, I can see how it would work. As long as you got some place to settle in the evening when you're out doing your patrolling or whatever it is you're going to do, and then you got some lights and a like here a table to set your AR on and get it all cleaned up, because like I say, when you're out there walking around, especially all Afghanistan, all the sand and dirt and all that stuff getting all over it, that would make a difference. If you can, in other words, you have to maintain them, you have to clean them and stuff. So that I can really see how they are beneficial as a team weapon. And but I say that was a big thing. I say they're not meant. One of the things that I say is you can tell if your rifle's any good by if you beat some military person that's already got all of his gear on, the helmet and all that kind of stuff. You know, you get in a brutal fight with them where you're beating them with it, and see how well your AR will stand up. They're not meant to do that. So I understand that now because, like I say, I was trying to compare the AR with the AK, and they're not. They're two complete different things. And it'll be like comparing what do they call it, the desert rats, you know, running around on Jeeps with a 30 caliber machine gun on it. Comparing that to Humvee with tow missiles on it, and, you know, it's not really the same thing. You might find them in the same place, but they've got much different tasks to do. I say the desert rats were mobile, fast-moving, able to blend in and all this kind of stuff, in which, you know, you run around with Humvees. The same thing, you need a support system to keep your Humvees running, unlike the old-fashioned Jeep where it was pretty much, you know, if you can get something to burn in it, you're ready to go. So, and that's basically the same thing, the difference between the AK and the AR. It's good for specific uses. Now, that's where you're going to have your problem. When people think that they're setting them up for home defense, it's not going to quite work out like you think, unless you've been watching the movies, so you think this is what you're going to need. But I say it's not being set up properly. I say they start putting lasers and laser lights and flashlights and stuff on them. It's not that good for home defense. You know, unless you only have one, you're defending your home from one person. But if it's anything to do with I say my experience is more for gangs or groups or, you know, teams of people that I go against. Very seldom I get one-on-one. So I say you wouldn't want to do what a lot of people do with their ARs because, like I say, it won't work. But anyway, it's a discovery that I made that I thought I would share with you. I also mentioned, you know, try to drop your AR from the second floor down to concrete and see what's going to happen. They're not meant to do that. You're working in a group. You have a support system. So, yes, so I understand now. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.